Hello everyone, this is Samuel Waswa. I bring you right today the procedure to file tax return with URA, and we are going to start right away without wasting any time. So you are a company, you are an individual really interested in filing tax return by yourself. It is a hard time for you whenever you think about it. Today you are going to end that worry. So you stick right here. We are going to go into details from the level of opening up the account on the portal with URA to the time when you are filing your returns and then uploading your files. So right away we are going to go to the URA website. We do type URA, and they bring me suggestions. No, URA, URA. Then I will pick URA. So I will come here. You see here, I will come here on login. I will check portal. After checking portal, it will give me the suggestions. Yes, they will bring my account. I'm already registered. If you are not yet registered, you go ahead to register. You will go back to home. If I may show you how to create an account, you will just come back here to the portal. If you are not registered, they will first bring you a page where you need to register. But I think for purposes of this video, let me skip that. You just need to continue. This is the login number for me. I will continue. Okay, I will first type in this unique number K6 GF58. So I will continue. Then shall wait a bit. Then they will bring for me this information. If you would like to update your business number in case you're having more than one country that you are working with, you need to change it here and then you continue. But since the company that I'm going to work with today, it is the same as previously, I will just continue. So I'm just now into the account of this company of URA. We are filing annual return, tax return. I keep on talking annual return. Tax return is done. So you see, I will now come to here where there is return. Then they will they bring me all this list where I will look for annual return, annual income tax file. Let me now use an example into this process of annual income tax, filing, which is annual income tax final. Or you may, since we are almost in the middle of the year, you may choose income tax provisional. That's also okay. But let me take the one of the income tax final. So when I click on that, they will again process for me this, and then I will have to now come to this platform. So I will need a spreadsheet. I will need a spreadsheet. So I will have to download this. I will need to download it from here, the spreadsheet, where I will be filling the information. So I will download it here. Now they will first give me this information. It is really important first understand it, otherwise you may do mistakes along the way. But as you may see here, it is downloading already. It is here now downloaded. I will go check it out. So but before opening it, I want us to first go through this information, because it what help you to navigate the spreadsheet, so that you don't make any mistake. So uh, they say that immediately after downloading the spreadsheet, you have to rename. Please save. You have to save and rename that document. They say that please save the template on a location on your computer or flash disk as soon as you download. The template is designed to be filled offline. Do not attempt to fill information into the template before you have saved it. So it is very important. So don't just open it in downloads and then you start right away. You have to first save it somewhere and then you open it again and then you start. So you have to enable the macros. I'm going to show you how to do that. You have to enable the macros, otherwise the document may not be able to get opened because the macros would be would be enabled. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you have to get conscious with the drop down list in the template in the spreadsheet. They are drop down, which I will see what they mean. But as you may see, it means that if you are looking into a very a specific cell, there is this uh, there is this indication like this, which shows that there are some information down which you have to, where there is a list of things that you may need to select to choose. For example, if you are looking for an address or a town or a district, you may not need to type it directly, but rather you may just check on the thing like this. I guess you may see it, and then you look for that city or district and you click on that rather than typing it. It won't work if you type, or if it can work, then the entire document won't be able to proceed. So you have to validate. Yes, validation. There is a validation button at the bottom of the last schedule of your template. Please use this button to enable the template. Check itself for validity, completeness, and accuracy in order to ensure that your calculations are correct and that you have not left out any mandatory fields. So this validation, you will find it we shall see it at the end of the filing process, or while using the spreadsheet. So while uploading, we have to get conscious of this. For successful validation, the template will automatically ask you to generate and save an upload file. So the upload file is a condensed version of the template that you have filled, and it is the one that you will upload on the portal. So you cannot edit the upload file. So there, the last thing, of course, this what we are all interested in is to upload the file. So we have to log in into our account and then we upload. So let's continue. I guess now this is our account. Let's first get away from this account, from the portal. We shall get back after we have filled in the information in the spreadsheet. But when we come back, we shall fill in the information, the return period, from, and then to, and then we shall continue. Yes. So all right, let's now go look for the download. the file that we downloaded, we shall come into downloads, and as you may see, it is here. We open it, and then after opening it, I will have to now, if you may see that, yes, I will to enable this. I will enable edit. After enabling edit, now I'm going to first rename it, save as. I will save it where? Let me save it on desktop. Let me save it on the desktop. Okay, I just didn't. Okay, I've saved it on the desktop, and then right here. So I will have to first enable the macros. Now to enable the macro, I have to come to the file, and then I come to the option where there is option here at the here down here options. And then I will come and look for trust center. If you may see it, it's here, trust center. Then I will come to trust center settings, and then I will look for macro settings. It's here, macro settings. Then I will come and check here. So you may see that my setting is already enabled because I've ever done this before. So the settings was already there, but in case you found it here and this one is not yet enabled, so you will have to just click here and enable the VBA macro. And of course they say it is not recommended, but for purpose, because the document requires it, we have to enable it, and then we enable the macro when enabled. So we have done this. So we have enabled the macros, and then we shall say okay, and then here we shall say okay. So we shall come here. Let me remove this. Here they say that Microsoft has blocked macros from running because it's also, so we shall remove this. We have enabled it. So now coming here, as you may see, now this is the starting point. So I will they ask me to enter my TIN, the company TIN, or your TIN if you are an individual. But for purposes of correctness, we are filing tax return for a non-individual, meaning it is a company. As you may see, this return for an individual. This is a company, so I have to correct that. But if you are an individual, then it's also okay. You may consider that as to be during your application. So I will come and I fill in the TIN number. The TIN number I will copy it here. The TIN number. And the TIN number is right here. If you it cannot allow paste, as you may see. Copying it and paste it, it is not allowed. Even on the portal, it is not allowed. So you just need to type it manually. 1046 244 147. So which date? Let me say from 20 from first 01 01, then 01 from 1st of January, 2026 to 31st of December, which is 12, still 2026. Okay, so I will go back and expand this. I'm done with this. Now, remove this. Now, you may see that this is done. However, there is now we have to continue. So I will close this first, or I may save, and then I will try to close it because I am now interested into the next step. I may try to close it. I will have to close it first, and then I will look for it here where I saved it, and then I open it again. So on opening it, as you may see, it will ask me this information. Please do not cut and paste any values in the sheet. So I will say okay. All right. So, however, I will have to now this is the information that we entered. Okay. This is the information we entered. So I will now continue. See, now they have given me other previously. If you observed, this information was not there when we were starting, but now they are bringing it here. So I will now continue with the first with the B to C. Now, as of now, I may not um, write all the details here because, as you may see, the information are very. I would need to fill in very many things. Okay, but for purpose of this video, I just wanted to show you how it works, and then um, let's first be talking on what you should fill in. Alternatively, I'm going to open the file that was already filled in to see how you may also do it. But for now, let's just see this the steps that you should be prepared. You should be preparing for, or you should prepare for during your filing. So we start with the income tax return from. We start with the income tax return form. This is, of course, I told you for non-individual. This is for a company. So the first section, it is a statement of chargeable income and tax assessed. So under this, we shall have to talk about the business and profession. This is from line 1 to schedule 1, line 9. We have to fill in, sorry, for this, as you may see, uh, this is the tax that is already defined. This is the tax that is already defined, the tax rate for business and profession. This is the tax that is already defined, and then as you may also see that all other fields, you may not have to change anything because the information is already defined. However, we have to put in our gross income from non-residents. For this is applies for we have to put in the gross income from non-residents providing shipping services. If you are in a business that does this, you have to put in that gross income. If you are into shipping, so if you are into telecom services, you have to put in the gross income from that field. Okay, so this first field, which a field that may not apply to you, you need to continue. That is not a problem. That's not a problem. So as you may see that maybe for me here, there might not be any interest for me because my company is not in the field of shipping or telecommunication. I will need to skip that and I continue. So now, the second, another part, we are now on to a section of a holding status. This is only in case of an incorporated taxpayer. This is for a company. So we have, you see the drop down. This is a drop down. We have to now choose from, is your company a holding company? Is it a subsidiary? Is it both or? So if it is a single member or it is just a standalone company, then it is a holding company. And then you are not a subsidiary. So the field changes, and then you put in the TIN number. I think the TIN number, the one that we mentioned earlier. For me, the TIN number I have already, but I will type it here again. The name of the company, the status. I will have to check here in the drop down. The status of the company is a holding company. So you write the address as well here. Okay, you have to take note of this information they give. You don't need, you would not be allowed to use any of these characters because they may not allow you to continue with the filing. So now, if you are filing for more than one company or subsidiary, you may need to write as many TIN numbers you have here with those respective companies and all the information. If not, then we have to continue. So then the second part, we are to talk about the particulars of the office holders. So here we are to the owners of company. Particulars of managing directors, secretary, principal officers who have held the office during the previous year. So again, you will have the TIN numbers of those individuals that help you in your respective company. You fill their individual numbers, their individual TIN numbers here, and then their names, their titles, whether director, whether secretary, whether principal officer, then here, and then their respective addresses. So you will again continue. You will continue with part. We now continue with part 3, where we have particulars of major shareholders or owners of the company. So here we are talking about the particulars of persons who were beneficial owners of shareholding that have above 10% or more of the voting powers at any time during the previous year. So we are putting the information of those that hold in a company above or 10% or more of the shares, or have more voting powers. So we shall again write their TIN numbers. Necessarily, it may not mean the people you wrote here also can belong here. It depends. These are shareholders or owners of the company. Here, they might be employees. Yes, for example, secretary, managing director, the principal officer. Those might be employees. But now here we are talking about the employer, the shareholders. Sorry, the shareholders of the company. Now you will write again their TIN numbers, or the names, the address, and then their percentage of share. You will write the percentage of shares. Okay, we shall continue with section E, where we are now looking at the balance sheet as on that 30th of June of an individual taxpayer. So 30th June, we have to look for naturally every entity should always have balance sheet records or books of account records. So you would need to bring them over here and then fill in the information as required. So as we said, we have to fill in we have to find out what's our fixed assets or non-current assets. Do you have land? You put in, now here you put in the value of that particular asset, the value of the land, the value of the machine, the value of the motor vehicle, the value of furniture. So you put in the values and then you continue respectively. Then you do this again, you put in whatever that is on your balance sheet or whatever you know, but you have to be conscious that the total or the sum ups do tallies. This applies specifically on liabilities. Usually, as you may all know, that you must have asset side should be equal to the equity and liabilities. Yes, so you have to get you have to be sure that your equity, I mean your asset side, this first part, your asset side is equal to the liabilities. Now, as you will see that you may need to indicate whether you have loans which are under liabilities. You may need to indicate where your equity is. So your equity should be equaling to your equity, and liability should be equal to assets. So if those numbers don't equal, they will always reject to continue. They will show you that this is not something that can help you to continue. So you have to indicate that there is a balance. So to continue, I said I won't fill in because the information is a lot and it may take a lot of time here. So you have now to continue. We are continuing on section F, which is profit and loss account for the year of non-individual taxpayers business. You have now to put in, now this is a very important section, of course, even the previous one, but this one, you are into business, you are selling, or you are into merchandise. Now you have to put in the gross sales, how you do how you earn. So you put in the values here. Now here they talk about, do you have raw materials? Do you have work in progress? Do you have trading or manufactured goods? You put in the values of whatever things you have. So you check all that applies to you and you just fill in the values. What does not apply to you, no problem. You just leave it out. You just leave it out unless if they require you to put zeros, you can as well put in the zero. But if you can continue without zeros, you can even leave it out. Yes. So we are now. Let me assume this is done. To continue on part 1 under this section F, this was part. This was section F. Then part 1 down. We are talking about rent paid or payable. You'd have to talk about, you have to write the rent and the TIN number of a landlord if available, the name of the landlord, the location of the premises, and then all that. So if in case your company is renting somewhere, you have to put in all that information. So we shall continue. Now under this section G, we have to write quantitative details of stock or inventory. So you have to write a name of an item that you have in stock. So you write that item and then you write how many units you have how many opening stock you have, the purchased ones, the one that the sales quantity, the closing stock. You need to write all this. So then we continue with in case of a manufacturing concern, raw material accounts. Now you again do this. Here they're asking you, do you want to upload this section separately in AC? If you want everything to be done here, you just need to say no, and then you continue with all the details. So what does not apply to you, you just leave it out and you continue. Let's now continue on. In section H, this is a computation of self-assessed tax liability. Here you just need to get a presumption of a tax, an assumed tax according to what you have filled in, and then here you provide the details of your bank, the branch. As you may see, the drop down shows you the options of the banks in Uganda. So you just check out here. For example, Centenary Bank, you just need to check it here. The branch, head office, and then the date of deposit. You put it here if you ever deposited. Account name, account of income source, business income, yeah, payment number, so and the amount. So here, as you may see, that this was to have an overview of the tax that might be required you to pay according to the information we provided before. So you will have it here, then you will provide the information like this. So now we go to the details of withholding tax paid. Here, in case you have dividend somewhere and you are paid a dividend, you will have to show it that I received this and this amount was withheld. Or you have bonds, usually bonds, they have withholding taxes. So here you are provided where you are going to put the information to do with the withholding taxes. So here you put in the TIN number again of withholding agent, the name of a withholding agent, the gross amount that you would have got, the document of evidence, tax credit certificate if it is the one. So you continue like that. This is the information to do with the withholding taxes. So you continue right there to check whether you would do you have anything to do with details of assessment final tax paid. Again, you just look out for the information that applies to you and then you provide the information as required. So again, you continue right like this until when you finish all these sections, and then we look for income from long-term contract. All this, if it applies to you, keep on typing like this. So I will now continue. Let me assume that these are done. Repatriated branch profit. So now we are at the tail end of the spreadsheet. Let me assume that we have filed everything. Now this is the validation button that we were told about. Now you would need to validate this. If everything is correct, this will be validated and you will have to continue. But now, since we have not entered anything in the document, we see that this document is there was an error because nothing that we entered. Of course, it will not need to continue. But now, if you see an error like that, you click on it and then they bring you to the error button here, where you now have to check where is that error. Let me assume that you had filled everything, but they bring you that you made somewhere an error. So we just come here to check where exactly that error found. You check it by looking for a section and then the section in number and then which number exactly. For example, we have to go to section BC, section in number 1, line number 5. So section 1, B to C, B to C, line number 1, line number 5, where original, return, or amended. So whether so I will come here and then I come to line 5, gross income from. So here maybe I would need to put a 0. If that does not need to that does not concern me, I will need to put a 0. Maybe even here I put a 0, so that I don't leave it untouched. So then I go back to the error. You check out all the errors according to how they have showed them here, and then you go and correct all that. So after correcting everything, then you will come back to the end again, and then you validate. If everything is okay, it will come correctly. Now I have a file that I already filled, that I already filled. So I will use that as an example when we get back to the portal. So let me assume that we have validated everything is okay. Then I will come back to the portal. Coming back to the portal, we put in the information, the dates, as we said 20 January 1st. That was the first filing date. Okay, here I may not need to go with the 2026 because the date is already is not yet ended. Is not ended, but they have automatically asked me to use the one of 2025, 1st July 2025 to 30th June 2026. So I will come here, then I will have to answer these few questions that now whether original return or amended return. So I will check here whether this applies to me, that a taxpayer has died, a taxpayer has become bankrupt, a taxpayer is wound up. None that applies to me here. I will just continue. It is not mandatory to fill that. So I will just go ahead to answer these questions and then GF, then F, G, A. So then I will come and I choose the file that I validated and I saved. So let me try to upload. Let me try to upload the one that I did finish last time. URL, then this one. So it is uploaded. So I will just need to upload it, and then that will be all. That will be done. If there is any problem, you will see that it is a problem. However, what I need to tell you that you have to convert the document into zip file before you upload. Yeah, so how to do that? That document I uploaded, it was already in zip code, but as you may see, I had made it a zip code. But now, like this one, I will need to check here, and then I come to compress. You see, come to compress, and then zip file. Then I make it a zip file. Then it will come like this. Now that's how it becomes a zip file. So that's what they ask for, that you need to upload a zip file, not a file or a PDF. You don't convert the file into a PDF. You just convert that into a zip file. So let me do it again, and I upload that zip file. The zip file that I have done, it is here. Then I upload that zip file. So then I do upload, and then I will have, I'm not going to upload this or submit anything, but that's the step that's last. And then immediately they will send you a certificate where they show you that you have uploaded. They will show you that right away. They will show you the tax that you have to pay. But um, I think I have already that document like that. If I may try to open it, if it is okay, I will cover up the information. So here it looks like this. They will show you. They will show you these details. If you have zero tax according to what you have filed, they will show you that according to the information field. This is provisional. This is provisional. Otherwise, they would need to come and they will have to check you whether you are really, whether your information was really correct. But for now, they will send you right away this information to your email. All right. This was the information that is to do with filing annual return, and it has been a very pleasure to guide you through until this point. I would like that if this was it was important for you, like and subscribe to this channel. It's really important that the algorithm show see that this information really valuable, and to give a chance for other people to find this video and they learn more and they get out of the chaos of filing annual return. All right, until then, I will meet you in the next video. Bye.